So I'm freezing, and I love being cold. I love the winter. I love snow, and I'm freezing. It's currently, I lost track, -2. About 2 degrees ago, I think we lost the last degrees we had to give. And I'm just grateful that I have heat. I'm grateful I have a home. I'm grateful I have food. And I'm grateful for a lot of the things that we all take for granted. Especially on a night like this. I like winter, but not this much. This past weekend, I went to a psychic fair, not because I was looking for psychic advice. I actually followed the intuition. I went over to drop my kid off at the gym, and I had no desire. It didn't even cross my mind to look at this particular store for anything. I haven't thought about it in a while. And I was out of the blue. I dropped him off, and I had this gut pull to take me over to a store called Inner Path. Very spiritual, very metaphysical, new age, And they often have readers there, and there is one reader there that has gotten so many things right in my life. I just can't recommend her enough. And her name is Lanita Brothers. So if you're ever interested, there you go. However, that's not the point of my story. So I went into there, and I thought maybe I'll get a cheap read with Lanita for 20 minutes. It's a fair, it's psychic fair, so it's cheaper and faster and quicker turnaround. And I thought, I haven't talked to her in a while, why not? And as I was pulling into the driveway, or the parking lot rather, I thought to myself, Lanita's going to be busy. I'm not reading with her today. There's going to be someone else there that's not psychic, but going to give me a hand with something I need. And I thought, what the heck? I'm going in anyway. I had like 2 hours to kill. Went in, and there was a table full of sheets and forms of things to sign up for. And sure enough, the woman I was looking to see was booked solid. And she was about to leave for lunch, to be honest with you, and I didn't have time to wait for her to finish lunch. And I was like, okay, well, that's exactly what I thought was going to happen. And sure enough, there was another lady there I had never, I'm sorry, my eye was itchy. I had never seen or heard of much. I've knew the name, but I never really had a reading with her or any kind of guidance with her. And she was super cool. Her name is Darcy. I signed on with her, and we sat down, and the first thing out of her mouth is, I'm not psychic. None at all. She's like, if you're looking for psychic advice, you're in the wrong place. I can't help you. She goes, I teach manifesting. I teach moon manifesting. I will do numerology. I'll pull some cards and see if the story aligns. And I'll give advice about life, like life coaching kind of advice. And I thought, son of a bitch, this is exactly what I needed. And just as I thought when I was in the parking lot, like, oh my God, this is actually happening. Whether I manifested it or the little instinct nudge took over, I don't know. But I just listened to her talk, and I have to give her my information, which I totally forgot until I made this video. And I said to her, I'm not sure what I'm looking for. And she says to me, all right, she took my birthday information down and all that. And she's like, I'll look it up, email me later, and I'll get back to you. And I'll give you a bunch of information that you're going to need. In the meantime, she goes, what are you looking for? What kind of information? I said, I don't really know. She goes, well, let's keep going. And I said, finally it hit me why I was there. And I said, I don't know what I want in life. I don't enjoy working for other people, like a lot, like a real lot. I get very bitter. I get very angry. I get very depressed. I've had a lot of depression bouts working for other people. And I really have this overwhelming urge to want to do something for myself, to earn something for myself, to work hard for me, not for somebody else, so they can earn a fat paycheck and they hand me the pennies and some pocket lint. And I want to earn something for myself. I just don't know what that is. And she looked at me and she goes, okay, you're unpacking a lot. Let's break it down. She goes, we have 20 minutes. Now, while I was in this meeting, I thought to myself, there is no one going to sign up after me. I kept thinking to myself, there's no one coming in after me. And while we're talking, she's going on about how quite possibly the best advice I could have used. And if this advice helped me, maybe it'll help you too if you're watching this video. I want this one thing. I just want to earn something for me in the worst way possible. I've always wanted that. I just never knew where to begin. I have about 10% invested in about 10 different things. And she said to me, I have the gut intuition that you're spread thin through so many different things and you're putting no effort into anything. And then you get overwhelmed and then you walk away. I'm like, that's exactly what's been going on. For 3 months, that's exactly what's been going on. I sit down and I get distracted. I get overwhelmed and, oh, look, I need to go do vacuuming. Laundry needs to get done. All this stuff needs to happen. And then I'm like, I get no further than I was yesterday. And this is not the direction I want my life to be in. She goes, all right, here's what I want you to do. Go, if you don't already have one, go buy a notebook. And in this notebook, I want you to have 1 page per thing. Write out what that work thing would be. What that thing would be that you would want to earn for yourself. Each one of them. What's your why? What's your pros? What's your cons? And I don't want the pros to just be because it makes you money. Like, legit, what's your pro? What's your con? Why? What's your why? She goes, front and back. I want to, turn page. She goes, and then when you look at your cons, I want you to look at your cons and I want you to go, this is too much for right now. And then either remove the page and put it in a folder or fold it, something to get it out of the way. Allow your brain to dismiss it for the time being. She goes, now, that's not to say it's forever, because something may open up next week that suddenly makes that page doable. But for right now, let your brain let it go and go through each and every single thing. You may even think of things you didn't think were a possibility along the way. And I was like, okay, I could do that. She goes, and then what I want you to do is on another page, write out your dream life. What the things you want to have happen. Like, what are some goals? Like, what, like, she goes, if you had endless anything, what are those goals? Write those down. And so she asked me in the room, like, what are some goals? And I said, she said, if you had endless opportunities to earn whatever and do whatever, what's ideal to you? And I thought, I don't want Bezos level money. Good for him. That doesn't interest me. There's a commitment level that goes into that I don't want. There's an obligation. There's security. I just don't want that. That just does not appeal to me. It doesn't interest me. And there's going to be manifesting people who are trying to learn that may look at my life or other people's lives and go, well, you're not a millionaire. Who am I to take advice from you? But that's not anything I'm interested in. I don't want billions of dollars. Because to me, life's not fun anymore if you have nothing to look forward to. Life's not fun if you have to just go, nah, whatever. If everything becomes disposable, nothing becomes valuable. And I don't want to live like that. That doesn't interest me. I want to have enough to put into a retirement account so I can retire very comfortably where I want and how I want. And I don't have to worry about eating cat food. And I want to eat whatever I would like. If I want filet mignon or if I want a burger. I don't have to budget my money. If I want to go on a nice vacation, I can do that. I want to retire comfortably. I want to revamp my entire home the way I want it. Maybe even build a new home that's laid out better than the one I've got, that affords me better studio space like the one I'm in, and do more videos and create more content for you and for myself. This is kind of like a video diary. I wouldn't call it a vlog, a vidary. I don't know. So, I thought, okay, well, how about, I really would love to be able to buy the tech that I would love to have without having to worry about how am I paying for it all. I want to look at my credit card statement and it says $0. Thank you. Have a nice day. I want to know that I don't ever have to worry about the little things. And I get to earn the big things. That sounds like fun to me. Looking forward to something sounds like a lot of fun to me. I'm looking at living in the mountains in a cabin, living in a small town, and being able to ride a bike and sit at a bookshop and with a cup of coffee just sounds really nice in my retirement or even in my life period. These things sound amazing. I don't have to worry about my kids' college funds. I don't have to worry about if my family needs any assistance with anything. I can buy the car that I really want. I can do nice things for my kids, take them places, do things with them, buy them some things, not everything they want, but a lot of things that would be nice. And those things sound amazing to me. I don't need Bezos money. Do I want to be super thin? No. No, I don't. I mean, I'd like to lose about 30 pounds. I'm about 175. And I'm honest in this, I'm about 175 pounds. I would like to get down to about 150, 155. And then decide from there if I want to go any further. Those things. So maybe like 20 pounds would be nice, So put some effort into that. For the longest time, I wanted to change my eye color. I don't really care. It is what it is. I've lived this long with it. Why not a little bit longer? So I described some of my ideal life, and she was like, okay, Now, financially, what do you, I want to be able to enjoy what I'm doing. I want to have conversations like this with you. I want to help coach people and guide them in a way that helped me. And I know what it's like to be in panic. And I know what it's like to be frantic, to not have the thing you want. And I know what it's like to not have the person, whether it be a friend, whether it be a lover, whether it be whatever, a sister, a cousin, a work colleague, there's a boss you're dying to work with, like a dream job. Like let's say you're dying to work with Tim Cook. Who is this person? There's a SP in your life. I don't know. I'd love to be able to talk to people and get paid to do it and be able to help other people. The list was a mile long. So she goes, okay, now this is what I want you to do. And then she goes, do you ever pull tarot cards for yourself? I'm like, nah, I'm more into like controlling my own mindset. And she goes, well, it's not necessarily looking at that. She goes, I'm a manifesting coach myself. She goes, I do something very specific with my clients. She goes, and I don't do internet so much. I think she does podcasting, I think she said. So, but she goes, pull a card. The first one are the pros of where you're at, the cons of where you're at. And the third one was, hang on, she gave me this. Yeah, the pro and the advice. What is the advice? She gave me this like long thing. And she goes, what's the advice that goes along with it? And she pulled 3 cards. And the first card, she goes, the first one's like, this will come together if you just put some effort in. You're going to get what you want. These things will come together for you. You're not pie in the skying this. The next thing she says to me was, oh, it was a Five of Wands. And she goes, but she goes, you're conflicted. You're conflicted with yourself. You're conflicted with where you're at. She goes, you're conflicted with a lot of things. She goes, you're conflicted by the surroundings you have, what came before. You're conflicted with who you are, and like what the expectations of you are. She goes, you're conflicted about where you want to be. She goes, there's a lot of conflict to what's going on. She goes, you need to sort out that and come to a resolution with it. She goes, and the last one was, I believe it was the Seven of Pentacles. The guy's working away, you know, the tentacles, and then there's like some shit behind him on the bench. And she goes, the stuff behind him on the bench, she goes, that's like family obligations, things that are going on in your life. She goes, you've made them a priority for so long. And not saying that your family shouldn't be a priority, but what it's telling you is you've literally let it occupy your everything without actually doing what you need to do for you. And it's telling you, let them do what they need to do. You don't have to run the show. You don't have to do it all. But what you can do is dictate, let them do their thing, and then you get your butt to work. They're saying you're not working hard. This card is basically saying you're not working hard enough. That's what the card means. You're not working hard enough. And I was like, that was spot on accurate. I'm not working hard enough. You know, I haven't been because I let myself get distracted with other stuff. If you look at any of my other videos, I've got thesis talking about ADHD. In fact, I'm going to see my therapist tomorrow talking about possibility depression and ADHD. How do I overcome this? And how do I stay focused? And she goes, you know what? She goes, I suffered with this too. She goes, I put a sticky note on everything I shouldn't be touching and go, do I have to vacuum? She goes, put a note on it and goes, do you need to do this right now? She goes, set timers on your phone for apps that you shouldn't be looking at for more than a couple hours a day. Make sure that at this time your phone goes silent so you don't get distracted. Put time limits on things. And I was like, she goes, for a while that may be what you need to do. And I'm like, that does sound like a good idea. And I did that. I guess I'm just venting. One last thing before I go. I guess it's just a lost in moment thing. A while ago, Apple put out, I use two different phones. I use a Samsung Galaxy and I use an Apple iPhone, which is in the other room. And I thought to myself, I saw this journaling app that they put on there and I thought, what the heck? Let me see what this thing looks like. And I put in my first and so far only entry. And the entry reads something along the lines, before Christmas, I went into Saks Fifth Avenue. Not because I'm a Saks girl. Does this look like a Saks girl? I look like a kid just walked out of Kohl's. Oh wait, because my outfit did come out of Kohl's. I dress like a backup dancer. Especially when it's -4 outside. I will dress like a backup dancer. And I don't believe in spending $2,000 on a t-shirt. I just don't. That's just my belief. If you like that and you like the quality and you like the designer and you want to support the designer, please, by all means. That's just not my style. That's just not who I am, you know? So we were at the mall and I've never set foot in one. I lived near New York City my whole life and I never set foot into any of these luxurious stores. And so I guess because I always felt like I didn't belong. So I went in for fun with my kids and we saw all the big name designer stuff and $1,500 sneakers, $2,000 shoes. Actually, I saw a relatively reasonably priced suit. Relatively? You know, I saw a lot of expensive things like, again, a $2,000 t-shirt and a $3,000 sweater. Again, that's your bag. Great. It's just not mine, you know, and to each his own. There's a market for it someplace. They wouldn't be open if no one was buying it. So I just sat there and for a moment, I thought to myself, I don't belong here. And when I walked out the door, I went upstairs and there's like a little tea shop, like a little like tea eatery, like a luncheon. And then I went downstairs and it was like a whole bunch of really cool stuff in there. I mean, I thought it was really interesting, you know? And I feel like it was the kind of place that you would go if you had some really important business meetings or really important soirees or events and things like that. Nothing I have in my life. And so I left. And I thought to myself when I left, you know, I didn't belong there, but I will. I will become comfortable enough with who I am that I'm not going to care enough with what other people think of me. I'm going to, in my own mind, however that is, earn it. So I feel like I could walk into any room and not feel uncomfortable. Whether I want to buy something or not is irrelevant. But I want to walk in a room like that. Like I own the freaking place. That's a goal. That is a goal. Whether it be I really can afford to shop there, or if I just want to know that I could walk into a room like that and it doesn't bother me. And I don't feel out of place, no matter how I'm dressed, no matter how I look. And I'm like, I want to be comfortable enough with myself in that regard. I'm comfortable in a lot of regards, but there are some places I'm out of touch. And I look at it in this regard. If I feel completely out of touch in a place like Saks Fifth Avenue, which is what? It's associated with money, riches, hard work, good fortune, whatever. You win the lottery, you work hard, you're a CEO, you're a doctor, you've earned the paycheck that would afford that kind of life. It comes with money. And I guess in that moment I felt I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy enough for that. And no, I don't want Bezos money because it comes with a whole lot that I don't want. I don't have an interest in. But I want to be comfortable enough with myself around money that I feel worthy enough to have it. And that's a goal I'm working on. So you can work on the goal with me. Totally random video diary. I don't even know if you're watching. Maybe it's good bathroom material to watch while you're on the toilet. Or maybe you're taking a shower. I sometimes watch random YouTubers while I'm taking a shower. I'll just prop the phone up on the ledge and I just watch YouTubers as I shower. Give the little guy some time. All right, I'm going to go. I'll make another video maybe tomorrow. It's kind of therapeutic, kind of cathartic. All right. Have a good night and please stay warm. If you know what? No, everywhere in the Northern Hemisphere right now, it's freezing. So just stay warm, okay? Canada, US, Russia, northern half of the hemisphere is freezing right now. So please just stay warm. Please. Please. It's important. Good night.